Hey, what's up, everybody? So this is going to be a dry hit your fantasy game, and it's going to be this guy. He's a regular 2 player versus he's a good regular 2 player versus this allied player. It's rival. So he's got the IIVs. So he's gonna mix in some grizzly tanks with it, I guess. And this is actually a hard map versus Soviet. I mean, if you do everything right and you do some fancy work with the planes, you could actually get a win out of this. But once the Soviet gets up to like 3 war factories and just starts pumping out grizzly tanks, rhino tanks non-stop, and then getting a bunch of desolators. Doesn't even need desolators, depending on the situation. So he's got like fast desolators. See that? Holy crap! He's going for 4 planes, and he's going for a 4 minor tech. It looks like. I actually seen this guy do 2 minor tech. He's actually the one that taught me how to do 2 minor tech, and he's trying to kill like Crazy Ivan, because it would have exploded and done damage to other units. And that Crazy Ivan, it won't die. So he actually got it right there. So he's already got 4 planes, but so he didn't want to get shot down or not. No, he's got 4 planes still. So here we go. And this guy has like a regular 2 style where you don't get a battle lab. And the thing is, if you're regular 2, if you're Soviet and you're playing versus allies, if you don't make a battle lab, it actually makes your rush a little bit stronger because you're actually going to put more resources into another war factory and more tanks. But if you get the battle lab for an Iron Curtain, the Iron Curtain's actually going to pay for itself a lot. So sometimes you get your battle lab shot or the Iron Curtain doesn't work out, like it gets blown up by a Navy SEAL. Sometimes it's better not to even make a battle lab and just put everything into the tank, into maximum tank production. Sometimes. So he's trying to take out the oil, and it looks like he really can't stop it. He got a little bit damage from it, but not too bad. I actually had to give up a little bit. Tanks and damage to get that oil. Is it worth it? Kinda. In the long run, it will be worth it. But immediately, I don't think so. Oh crap, he smacked with his flak trucks. Bad. Lost a plane right there. He's gotta get his 4th plane back so he could shoot Battle Lab if he makes one. But, like I already said, this guy seems to be a guy who doesn't make Battle Labs. Guys in regular 2, super weapons are off. Usually, or sometimes they're randomly on, randomly off. I see there's a Navy SEAL battle fortresses. They actually could handle desolators pretty well. Okay, so it's getting to the point where, the Allies is doing not too bad on the defense. Now, here comes the planes. No flat, wait, where's the flat cannon? Okay, there it is. So the flat cannons over there are going to block off some of the shots. Repair depot, smart idea. I just wanted to throw it out there that if the machine shop were on this map, like in Hidden Valley, you wouldn't need the repair depot. But anyway, here comes the planes. He's kind of looking for a battle lab. Oh, he got that oil damage somehow, either from paratrops or from planes. Oh, nice. He took out that oil. From planes, that's actually really, really good. So try to keep his GIs alive a little bit better, but he was probably looking to see if he was going to sneak up with flak trucks and shoot down his planes again. Maybe that's why he wasn't looking at his GIs. Possibly. So, Gap Generator actually is really good on this map, because they're going to be all over your base. You want to at least throw some confusion at them. So he's going in for the rush with the desolators. So he's got to make sure that the he hits this Mirage for the Soviet player. Okay, he caught one battle fortress down. Uh-oh. Oh shit, he got all the planes, damn. So this guy knows how to do the desolator bomb. So those Mirages are just barely out of the range, but he killed some of the Mirages and he killed the planes, all the planes. I think he had 3 or 4 planes. Which is actually pretty brutal. And if you notice people that do a more aggressive desolator rush, they actually use 2 flag trucks usually, and one of them has 5 desolators in there. And 5 desolators actually have a better chance. And if they put up a pillbox, you could immediately, like, you know, walk through the pillbox and still try to get the Mirage tanks. So you're really trying to play hard for a desolator melt on the Mirage tanks. And if this was Red Alert 2 on this map, you kind of think that there would be a little bit more Grizzlies and Mirage tanks right away. So, I mean, I don't know if this guy played Dry Heat on Red Alert 2 or not. But, I mean, it's just the fact that Grizzly tanks build so much faster in Red Alert 2. That it'd be mostly Grizzly tanks and ore purifier and planes and rocketeers and stuff, but a little bit different. But if it did get into Mirage tanks later on in the game, it'd be like similar. See, I mean, every time he does a desolators, they get killed by the Navy SEAL inside the battle fortress. And what this guy, I mean, he has the right idea for stopping Mirage tanks, but what he doesn't realize is when he does the desolator bomb, he has to do it away, far away from the battle fortress. If the battle fortress did not have a Navy SEAL in it, he'd be able. The desolators would actually live a little bit. They would still get killed, but a lot slower. Not because it's instantly right now. Not technically instantly, but they did get killed really quick. And I want to throw something out. If you try to use GIs to be cheaper, you could like use 2 GIs from the paradrops, have 3 Guardian GIs and 1 GI, or 4 Guardian GIs and 1 GI. That's another option for a battle fortress, but they're not going to instant kill the desolators. And Tanya, you could use Tanya instead, but she's not that much better. She's better, but she's not that much better than a Navy SEAL. To pay the extra $500 sometimes. She's like barely better. You might not even notice the difference, unless you're versus brutes with the area and the genetic mutator. Then that's the only time you might notice a difference. Okay, so here I go. So it looks like Allies is blocking everything to kill a ton of desolators, but somehow it seems like the Soviets still okay. Oddly enough, it looks like. And then the guys in the chat were screaming at him to make Iron Curtain, not to try to do it the old-fashioned way. Because remember in Red Alert 2, if you get desolators all over their ass, they ain't gonna be able to stop it. It's no battle fortress. They can stop it with other way planes, rocketeers, pillboxes, but still. And he's really trying to hit melts. He's like going all out for a melt. So the LA seems to be doing well now. 2 gap generators is a good idea. Because when he has a gap generator up, it's going to make him not know exactly where he should put his desolator. So he doesn't know where to put a desolator. He could use a spy plane, but a spy plane only reveals for an instant. It does help, but it's not like the gap generator is going to go off for more than a few seconds. Oh, look, he's firing uphill. And these battle fortresses are working the crap out of this dude. So, I mean, this is what happens when Red Alert 2 player meets battle fortresses, but at the same time, you know, you gotta assume that he played Yuri's Revenge once in a while. It's not like he never played the game before. He just hasn't played the game like as much as he plays Red Alert 2, you know. It's not like you don't know what a unit is. It's not like it just came out in 2017 and you don't know what the hell a battle fortress does. You know, come on. Be real here, but I mean, just less experience versus them. So, that would be funny if somebody said it's a new unit. I'd pretty much laugh. So, you had 16 years to get ready for this. But anyway, here comes a rush. And now, actually, when you Iron Curtain the flag trucks, it makes it easy to hit a Desol bomb. Because the flag truck absorbs the damage for the desolator. When they're deploying, it takes about like a second for them to deploy. A full second. Which when you're talking in millisecond terms, a second is a long time, sort of. Yeah, they're not going to get anything. It's pretty much a good game now. Because he tried everything and he's not killing him. He's just going to quit. He's going to have to go for another round and have a different strategy, a different approach. And next time he might be able to beat this guy because he's good at desert bombing and you just can't handle the battle fortresses at all. Good game.